Hey everybody, welcome back to my vlog for today. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you're all staying safe out there. Let's move my timer over here. So today is Friday, which means in my vlog that's a random day. So that means I get to pick a topic out of random and talk about it. Today I chose to bring up something that I think is a possibility, and I am by no means am I saying I'm an expert on this at all. I'm going to try to keep it to a quick vlog today too, because I'm tired, but maybe I can get some discussion going with this topic. One, like I said, I think is very interesting and very possible, and that topic is the simulation theory. I think it's very possible that we could be living in a simulation based upon things that we're able to do now, like virtual reality. It's getting to the point where they said it's going to be hard to distinguish between what's real and what's not with virtual reality, and that just means that it's just getting better every day. And who's to say that somebody didn't do that with us? Like games like The Sims. We're replicating what human beings do, we're also replicating human beings due to forms of robot, or at some point they're going to be able to print body parts, and I think they can to an extent already today. I don't know 100% about that, but with 3D printing you could probably do that, and you could create your own human. They already have robots and androids and whatnot that are very similar to human beings, and we're learning how to replicate ourselves too. So I think that the simulation theory makes sense. It's a very far out there theory, I know that, but like I said, I think it's possible. Who's to say that somebody with more technology than we have didn't have something to do with our existence? We've become aware of human beings enough to question our own reality, which is pretty crazy if you think about it. The fact that we got to that point. Now, who's to say these robots that we're creating? Who's to say that they're not going to get to that point too? They're getting smarter every day, just from human interactions and programming and whatnot. It's just we're smart enough to question our own reality. Just like it's hard to explain, and like I said, I'm not an expert on this at all. I think it's a fascinating theory. So if anyone else has any thoughts or ideas about that, you can leave them in the comments below. I'd love to have a discussion about it. It's just a fascinating thing to me, and it's a little scary to think that. But if we are in a simulation, there's got to be some kind of boundaries or limitations. I would think. I'm not 100% sure about that, but I would think that there would be some kind of limitations to what we can do. If we're something that's simulated, unless it's the simulation's programmed to allow us to do things. But there's a lot of things that we want to do. We just can't do it the way that we thought we would be able to. It's just it's just crazy. Like it's like the Matrix. What reality is. You see them. What reality actually is, and you see them in simulated reality, and simulated reality is nice, clean, polished. It's a nice and clean, polished version of reality. It's not really reality. It's just a simulation that they're in, and they get plugged into the network, and then they can go into the simulated reality. We don't have anything like that, obviously, but virtual reality is close to that, I would think. And I'm definitely going to read up more about this. Like I said, I'm not an expert at all, but I think it's a fascinating theory. I think it's totally possible. That's kind of scary in one sense, but it's actually kind of interesting in another sense. If we wanted to create our own simulated reality, we have done that by video games, The Sims. That video game, The Sims. We've already created reality like we live in. It's just, and we can control each character, or whatever you want to call them, avatar, whatever. And who's to say that somebody's not doing that with us? chances are, if there's somebody else out there, they've been out there a lot longer than we have, and I could only imagine, the kind of technology that they would have at their disposal. So it's just, like I said, it's just an interesting thought. I just thought I'd share that real quick with you guys, my feelings about it. I'm going to do more vlogs about it once I read up more about it. It's just interesting to me that, and artificial intelligence is totally something that I'm interested in. That, like the simulation theory, is just, it gives you a lot to think about. So it definitely gives you a lot to think about, what's real and what's not, and are we in a simulation or are we not? What is reality? What is life? What is life's purpose? That kind of stuff. Like, what's life's purpose if we are living in a simulation? I mean, what's the point? There's got to be a point to life, I would think. Or there may not be a point to life. We don't know that. We may never know that. That's just something that adds to that flame of a simulated reality, and it just, we have, like I said, limitations and boundaries that are in place. Like, we can only do so much as human beings, and that may be because we're in some kind of simulation that doesn't allow us to do certain things. I really feel dumb talking about this, though. Like, I'm nowhere near educated enough to continue talking about it. I just think it's fascinating. Like I said, I'm gonna do more research on it, and I'll do more vlogs on it in the future. I just thought I'd throw out a little tidbit for you guys, just because I've been watching a lot of stuff on YouTube, and that's one of the things I was watching on YouTube is the simulation theory. It's very, very interesting, and they even mentioned something about DNA coding the brain, and something I talked about in my artificial intelligence video about uploading your brain to a computer. And the video I was watching now, it actually just mentioned doing something like that. I thought that was crazy, but it's something that is possible. You can program the human brain, which to me is amazing. It's like the Matrix. It's like you get plugged in and you want to know something, they download it to or upload it to your brain, and then all of a sudden you know something just like that. It's pretty crazy. So, but like I said, I'm gonna keep this short. So if you guys have any comments, feel free to leave them. I'd love to have a discussion. I'd like to have somebody on my vlog to talk about it. That would be really cool. But if anything, leave a comment. Let me know if you like this video, if you think it sucked. It's not the best video. Obviously, I'm well undereducated on this topic, but I like talking about it still, because I like to learn more about it. So, like I said, leave me a thumbs up if you want. If you think the video sucked, give me a thumbs down. That's cool too. I expect it. It's not for everybody. So, let me know what you think in the comments, and consider subscribing to my channel. There's going to be more about this stuff in later vlogs, so when I'm more educated on it. I think it's fun to talk about this kind of stuff, so I will definitely be talking about it again soon. So I'm going to cut this off here for now, and I'll see you guys in the next one.